Coach, spring drills ended now. You didn't get the spring game, but how do you feel like did you get most things accomplished that you set out to get in spring?
Yeah, I think we got it all accomplished. I was very disappointed that we weren't able to play the game and the autograph session and all that, because I really wanted to have both of them. I wanted the fans to be here, and then, once the night before they closed down all the activities before, and then driving in and the thunder and the lightning and all that, and then it was canceled. But I'll tell you that the answer on that is that we had elected, if the game was going to be canceled, not to practice in the indoor. We did that, and we got a kid hurt 2 years ago or 3. So I would not have said that. I think I said that in here to you guys. I would not have said that if I wasn't pleased at that point of where we were in the spring. I think we got a lot accomplished, and we know a lot about our team. And I really like the segmented tackling that we did, which I think is very, very safe. But yet we had 5 or 6 different times that we could tackle to the ground.
When we talked to you last time, you said you didn't know the exact number, but maybe 5 or so. But you've signed 5 players from the portal. Do you know about? Do you still have needs there? I mean, do you have a number now?
Well, we're going to use our 85 scholarships, and it's still fluid, to be honest with you, about the 105, anticipation of the 105. You can do it 2 different ways. You can bring 120 into camp if you want, and cut 15 the day before the Alabama A&M game, but you're not giving them a choice. I think now if you're having some conversations with them guys who may not make the 105, at least you're giving them a choice to get in, to the portal. So we're kind of actively doing that now, and have this week. So it would be, the number could be maybe 3 or 4 more or less, depending on scholarship numbers that we have.
I know wide receivers are visiting, but is there still a chance for defensive tackle on the list, Coach?
Yeah, I think so. Now, we're heavy in there number-wise, but we wouldn't turn down a guy that was affordable and we felt like could at least run up into the 2 deep. So the answer to your question, yeah, and to be honest with you, probably that's almost any position, not every position, but almost. If we had a scholarship available, finances available, and we thought that he could, whomever, be in the top 2 in the depth chart, at least, we would probably take a strong look at him.
You seem so excited coming into this room about all that's happening these days. Can you speak to the players that you've signed out of the portal?
You're going to have to remind me. I've been pretty busy. I know we've got a quarterback. We got Trevor.
Quarterback today, and just the others.
Excited about him. I think he comes in here and fits exactly what we're looking for. When we lost Madden, I think he was in there vying for the 3 spot and all that. And I think Trevor will come up and be able to do that and continue to get better and press KJ and Talon and be a player for us in either near future or future that could be a really good player for us. Who else?
Cornerback Neal and the
yeah, I like Neal. Neal's a good-looking kid, big, can run. I thought we did a really good job of recruiting him. And I like him. Obviously, we brought him in thinking he can play for us immediately. Smalls is another guy at safety we needed. We just don't have enough guys back there, and we think he's a really good player, good kid.
You got the edge from Troy,
Lee.
Linebacker, Kent State.
Yeah, both those guys are really good kids. We wanted a pass rusher, so we felt like we went out and got that accomplished. And then, we're good at linebacker. We've got some good linebackers, and we like our linebacker depth-wise. We needed, a veteran guy that's played some ball that could go in there and help us. So I'm pleased with who all we signed, and seem to be really good kids that will fit into the team.
What was your reaction to Madden leaving?
You know, a lot of times where there's smoke, there's fire, and you know we had heard some rumors to that, but you know, there's always rumors going around. So I don't know that I was totally surprised. You know, guys, the portal, and I know Nico was high profile, you know, but I'm not. I don't want to blame the players. I don't, for leaving. I mean, you can say, you know, well, he was here 3 months and blah blah blah, but the opportunity to leave is there twice a year. The money to leave for more money is there twice a year, and I'm not positive what we all would do in that situation. So. He handled it well, came in and visited with me about it, handled it well, and talked to me about it, and then decided to go in the portal. So obviously, as soon as that happened, then we go find somebody to replace him.
Specifically with Trevor Jackson, the new quarterback, just what are some of maybe the challenges of bringing in someone at that position this late, even if he is just a 2 or 3 on the depth chart?
Well, I think it's a challenge, and I like what you're saying there, but I think it's a challenge for any position. Where we've done well is in this portal. We've done well. Last year, I think we had 8 scholarships going into it, you know, so it was a little bit different, but we've done well with that. I think Bobby's a great teacher. Trevor's a smart guy. So I think that part of it will catch up fast. He's very talented. So there are challenges, and it's more than anything, it's learning the playbook, whether it be any position, learning your coach, you know, how he coaches you, and then learning where the business building is and where my apartment is. There's a lot of things, but after about the first 2 weeks, then you kind of, you get settled in, and now we can do so much more now than we ever could in the summer legally. And I think it allows our guys that we get in June to have an opportunity to play for us because of the rule change.
I guess we've been, you know, operating under the assumption that revenue sharing would be coming at some point, and, you know, their developments. I don't know if you can speak on the development specifically, but how much are you in tune with those kinds of things, and how often do you kind of get briefed on those kinds of things?
Well, every day that something comes up, I think, you know, we're all on a head coach's thread, and there's speculation all the time, and then half of it's right and half of it's not right, and when are we going to get the finality of the settlement and all that? I think you just have to, and, you know, like are we going to get grandfathered? Are we, you know, I think our league has said we're going to have 105, you know, in it, and 85 scholarships. So that's what we've been working around for that. And so we get briefed every time something happens, and probably brief more than we think. Like, for instance, I'll tell you this: we felt like it might get done on the 7th, and then we felt like it might get done by tomorrow, and then, as we all know, that's been delayed a couple of weeks now. So we're operating on what the SEC tells us, and then we'll adjust when it's time to adjust.
About the recruitment of Trevor, when did that start, and how fast did that move along?
Well, I can't remember the date right now when we lost our other quarterback, but it started as soon as he hit the portal. And the ironic thing is that Bobby had recruited him when he was at A&M, and he was already in the portal, so it went really fast after that, and he's the only one that we spoke with and talked to about it.
And then what else are you looking to get done in the portal?
Well, the number one thing is keep my own players. You know, that's when it's hard to sleep at night. So I'm waiting for Friday at midnight. Number two thing is that we've got some needs in different spots that obviously I think Otis had mentioned that we've got some guys coming in. So we're trying to just get our roster spot to 85 because we know at that point we're done. So we'd like to get to 85, and we're not quite there right now.